What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. Hope you're all doing very well. If you're concerned about how bad my transmog is right now, that's because people on my stream used my transmog randomizer and completely ruined my look. So you too can come use the transmog randomizer if you come to the stream at twitch.tv/ZukoVap. See what I did there? Okay. Let's talk about Holy Priest. This thing is, it's really, really good now. It was fine before, but there's been some class tuning that has happened, and my God, is it broken now. I feel like it's just so insane now. So this week, these are the buffs that came in. Sanctify up by 25%. Heal up by 25%. Flash heal up by 15%. Chastise 30%. Smite 30%. Pain 15%. So your single target damage, your single target healing all went up, like, massively, because your AoE healing is, like, pretty much fine. But these are, like, big numbers. 25%, 25, 15, 30. Those are all big, big numbers, and you can feel it. You can really feel it in the keys. I'm going to show you an Everbloom that I did. I've been pushing keys with this guy. I'm only 473 item level. Oh, I still have a bad trinket on. I don't know why that's there. I have a friggin' Balefire Branch as my best secondary trinket. It's, like, okay, but it's not what you want. You want, like, a C-star or something, right? So I'm 475 item level, and I've done a bunch of 20s and 21s and 22s already. So I think this thing is, like, really, really strong. And I think with the buffs, it's, like, even crazier how good this is. The big ticket for me is the tier set bonus is, like, really, really strong this season. Getting these free holy words all the time, if you don't really know what I'm talking about, I'll show you in the video, but getting the free holy words because of the renews just makes the gameplay so smooth. You can just, like, toss out a free heal, and then you get another proc, it's another free heal, and it's like you're just topping people, especially with the buff to Serenity. It hits for 172,000 now just with my item level, and if you get a free one, you just top somebody. You get another free one, top somebody. It's just like you're handing out candy to kids. It's like it's the easiest thing ever. So if you've been sleeping on Holy Priest because you've been playing, Disc Priest, which I think is probably still a little bit better than Holy, Holy is really good now. I think it has really risen in priority in my mind. And in particular, the damage has actually gone like way up, and it didn't even really matter. Like, the patch that just happened only really buffed the single target damage, but the AoE damage is still outrageous from Holy Priest. I don't even know what's going on here, but watch my combo here. You press your cooldown, which is Burning Vehemence, right? And then you do your Holy Fires, and then you have Divine Star, and then you have Holy Nova. And Holy Nova's getting stacks up here, right, with Rhapsody. In the class tree, you get these stacks that build up, and then it just has a huge detonation of damage. So watch my damage. My damage as a Holy Priest in this opening pack here is insane. So we pop Lust. I go into my cooldown. I'm doing 50, 80k, 110, 117, 140, 190k DPS, 200. We peaked at 200, and it goes down there. 216, like, these are great numbers for a healer in a big burst pack at only 475 item level. Like, it's actually pretty good. That's pretty good.
45% crit and 5.5k
mastery. Volume here.
Nice.
I was talking to stream. Here. We'll lower this down here. But, like, that damage is really crazy. Like, my shaman and my monk, who are 486 now, they can do that much damage too, but, like, not as easily. And for Holy Paladin, it does require a lot of GCDs. You have to use, like, 4 or 5 GCDs, right? It's like 4 Holy Fires plus a Holy Nova plus a either Halo or Divine Star, whichever one you're using. And then you can spam Holy Nova after if you want to. But it does require quite a few GCDs there of just doing damage. If you're like a Mistweaver, then you can obviously pop your Feline Stomp and just spin, and you'll be doing probably equivalent damage, or maybe even a little bit more, maybe equivalent damage. But the burst profile on other healers is not as high, in my opinion, as it is for Holy Priest. Holy Priest's, like, burst damage profile is so big. Like, even in another AoE pack, I'm doing 100k just with the Burning Vehemence cooldown, and I'm still doing 93k. I'm still, like, healing my team. The bear's about to die here. I gotta get on him. So even if you have to heal your crew, you can still slot in those 5 GCDs that you need to get the damage out. That's the only real weakness to the Holy Priest DPS kit, is that it requires those 5 global cooldowns at least to do your full wombo combo. So you can't press a healing button while you're doing those, or you're going to lose a lot of damage. It's like you can do them later. You don't have to spend every Holy Fire right away. But even here on a small AoE pack of 5 mobs, it did 163k DPS. It's really crazy. But again, there is a small weakness there. I will admit that. Other healers, like a shaman, could just put Healing Rain down and get a Flame Shock out. Maybe do a couple of, like, press Stormkeeper and do an instant Chain Lightning, and you're basically at 150k, 160k. Mistweaver can just Feline Stomp and spin and heal everybody while doing damage. So there's definitely advantages to other healers. But the burst profile that you get out of a Holy Priest, in my mind, was just really strong, and I wanted to highlight that. And on top of that, this week, of course, the buffs to your single target healing and your single target damage are also quite good. If we look at this boss fight coming up here, obviously the numbers on this boss fight are inflated. By the way, before I get to the single target damage that Holy Priest can do, this is a massive mistake on Sanguine Week. Do not pull these mobs onto the boss on Sanguine Week, okay? And here's why. We pull the mobs. This is what you typically do in Everbloom. You typically pull these mobs and kill them. But on Sanguine Week, it's really not a good idea. I was standing in the frontal like an idiot. That's on me. That's my mistake. But watch this. Sanguine starts dropping from all these dread petals, and they're right on top of the freaking boss, and he's not going to take any damage. This boss just full heals all the way. I barely get out in time. Look at the boss's health. Look at his health down here. It's going up, going down, it's going back up again. It's not even going down. Just gets down below 90k. He full heals. He goes back to full health because of the friggin' Sanguine. This is just a big mistake. At first I didn't think he was healing, but I think you can see it here. He's going down a little bit, but then he's going back up again, right? Am I crazy? Oh, he's there. He's in the Sanguine now. It's on his actual profile there. So it's going up now. Maybe they weren't all hitting him, but look, he went back to full health. He's at 100% now. Don't do this. Don't do this on an Everbloom. Just pull that pack later and just single target down the boss. But you can see our damage right now is pretty good. I've probably padded a little bit on the ad, so let's advance this a little bit. But I'm doing 142k. He's taking double damage right now, so I'm getting a buff there for sure. But the damage from Holy Priest is really good, and the single target damage got buffed. That's your Smite and your Chastise got buffed. Big damage you can get out here. So I'm really impressed, and I think that these buffs to Holy Priest are pretty good. We're doing 115. Remember, I'm only 475 item level, so it's really, really good. In terms of the healing, again, from Holy Priest, let me advance a little bit down here. We're going to get down to this big pack at the bottom of this hill. So the healing is still, like, incredibly strong. Again, here's another big AoE pack. Look at my damage, 170k. If I was 486 or something, I'd be doing 200k on, like, every single AoE pack, it feels like. That's what it feels like. That's just how it feels to me right now. Okay, we're done with this. We get to this big pack here. Unfortunately, the patrols are coming, and we end up pulling the patrol as well, which is really not ideal. Also, an Incorp spawns. I think I get it with my... Oh, somebody gets it with Banish. That's great. Now, this gets really dangerous here. I think I'm talking...
too much here.
Gonna pull way too much.
Now this is really, really bad.
Yeah. So this is super dangerous.
Really, really bad.
Now, what I just did right there, you can see I want to talk about the tier set bonus. My holy words are lit up right now because I have a free one ready to go. You can see in the top corner, this is my free holy word. What you want to do is spend that on Sanctify for the most part because that's going to put 5 renews out. I'm going to do it right about now. Here comes my Sanctify. And right there. So I Sanctify everybody. Okay, it's free. It puts renews on people. I do miss a couple of renews. I'm missing 2 renews because the Warlock and the Hunter are in Narnia. Because you have renews ticking, you have a chance to trigger another free holy word. And Sanctify puts 5 renews out. So that's why Sanctify is like the best button to press. You can see my holy words are still glowing. Now I can like single target with my Serenity here. There we go. I smoked my tank. Hit him with a big Serenity. I Serenity, or I Sanctify the backline here. I still have 3 holy words up. 2 Serenities and a Sanctify. And now I just got another free proc because I have renews going. So I can do another free sanctify, get more renews going. You see how that goes? See how silly that is? Now I don't have any free procs right now. I'm just working away here. I can use a sanctify there. Now, okay, my sanctifies are all gone. I thought I had a free proc, but I don't. But I still have 2 serenities to triage people if we need it. And I'm about to get another free one if I get a couple renews going there. I got another free one once again. So this is the main way that you have to play as a Holy Priest now. You just want to have your renews going all the time. Make sure you're using every single time you have to move somewhere. If you're forced to like move and you can't heal, just throw a renew on somebody. It is so worth it. It costs like no mana, and it'll do a good amount of healing. And most importantly, it's going to trigger this tier set bonus that's going on here. So let's get to this council boss. This is a really tough boss fight. This is only a 19. I know it's not that bad, and it's not Tyrannical Week, but it's a pretty tough boss fight anyway. You basically have to be at about 160, 180k HPS. On the higher keys, you have to be at like 210 to 230k HPS, like sustained for the first chunk of the first part of this fight until Telu is dead. Otherwise, you will just end up dying. Everybody's going to end up dying. So I'm doing about 130 right now. It's going to get a little bit bigger as the fight goes on here. There's just so much damage going on, and even if people are standing and stuff, I'm at 140 now. You'll just slowly ramp over time. But again, keep your renews going. Keep your renews going. The tier set bonus relies on you having renew. If you keep it going, you will get heavily rewarded for that. It's amazing how many holy words you're able to cast. And then because we're running Divine Image, it keeps your Divine Image out all the time. You can see Divine Image sitting right next to me. You can basically have a Divine Image up like almost all the time. I actually have 2 stacks of my Divine Image. If you have a Divine Image out and you cast another Holy Word, it'll buff the Divine Image that you have active, and it'll make it do even more healing.
Oh my god, he stood in it for so long.
It was a Demon Hunter just standing in the green stuff for a while. That was pretty funny. But yeah, again, you can see my Holy Words are just glowing all the time. We're at 160k HPS. That's where we kind of need to be for this level of a key, and it's going to start to come down because the healing requirements are not as big as this fight goes on. But in the higher keys, I'm telling you, you need 200k at least, probably more. Once you get to like a 24, 23, 24, 25, you just have to be absolutely pumping the heals. So that's how this works as a Holy Priest. Again, the primary thing that you're looking at, always have your renews going, and you will be rewarded because you're going to get those free Holy Words. They're not entirely free. I think they're 50% off in terms of mana. Sorry. But they're free in terms of not consuming a charge. They don't consume a charge of your Holy Words, which is why I'm saying they're free. So that's a really just awesome thing. It makes the whole rotation for Holy Priest just feel buttery smooth. Like it feels really, really good. We end up wiping to this trash here because we're dumb. And then because we pulled all this trash together and ended up wiping. We do the mini bosses here. This is pretty tough on Fortified Week. You need to be very careful here. This is a tough fight here on Fortified Week because they're buff. These guys are buff, not the boss. So you have to be watching everybody's health. And the kicks are the most important thing. Unfortunately, as a priest, we can't kick. So somebody ends up dying here. The hunter takes half of his life. I don't get to him right away, and he dies. So you just have to get your kicks. That's the primary thing you have to do on Fortified Week. You have to make sure you're nailing that, or else people are absolutely going to die. So there we go. The Demon Hunter dies. I think he got hit by 2 spells there. Is that what happened? Pyroblast is going off. What happens here? He gets hit with Pyro, and then an Arcane. I don't get it. Oh, I do dispel him right away, but then nobody kicks Frostbolt, or Arcane Blast, sorry, and he gets hit with that, and he dies. So, again, kicks are the most important thing here. I could play a little bit better, I'm sure, but everybody's just, like, instantly dying. It's kind of hard to heal that. It's mostly about the kicks there. And then Archmage Soul. People end up dying here. The hunter stands in bad and dies like right away, and then he gets frozen here. I get stuck on this pillar. This is the most annoying thing in the game right now. Lynx is gonna laugh at me if he watches this video, but look at this. I'm stuck right now on a pillar. It's actually a vine sticking out of the pillar. Look at this thing.
Look at this. Look at that vine.
It's so stupid. I couldn't move, and other people got stuck in ice and died. So that's kind of on them, but I wasn't healing during that time, so that was my fault. But anyway, we do the rest of the fight as 3 people. It's not a big deal. Let's get to the last fight here in the dungeon. All these bosses do quite a bit of damage. This guy Yalnu does a lot of damage. Every time he stomps, of course, he does a crazy amount of damage, and then once the ad spawns, that's when we really have to pop our cooldown. So we've got Lust here again. Watch our damage in the opener. We're inside of our cooldown right about now. I'm going to pop my Vehemence and start going. So here we go. 240, 280, 320, 330. I mean, it's just really good, actually. We're doing more than the tank right now, which is kind of surprising. But that burst profile that you have as a Holy Priest is very good. Now, right now, this is when I have to be healing really hard. If you're ever playing this as a DPS, please move in for your healers so that they can hit you with AoE heals like this. You see I have to run away from where I want to be in order to pop this Sanctify because my range are kind of spread out. Just don't be spread out. It's the worst thing you can possibly do for your healer. It's very annoying. Now we have to get in corpse while we're doing the healing, which is very dangerous. I have to get the seeds here. As the healer, it really is your job to go collect as many seeds as possible so that the DPS can keep pumping. On a higher level key, you should actually basically only be the one doing it, you and the tank. The DPS should not stop doing damage on the boss, or else you're not going to make it through the key. But again, look at our free holy words. I'm able to respond to every single stomp that comes out. I can respond with the Sanctify. Look, there's not gonna because I get a free one every single time. It is the tier set is so broken. I don't know what we're gonna do once this tier set is gone. It's gonna feel kind of crappy. Here's another blow. I've already used my Sanctify, but I used my free one there. But I'm just telling you, it's so crazy to have those free Sanctifies. Now we're nuking down the ad. There's a lot of damage going out here. Sorry, the play button's still there. Why is that still there? I don't know. It's bugged right now. I'm sorry about that, guys. We get pretty low here. Again, I got my free holy words. It's all good. I do pop Apotheosis here. I basically didn't have to use Apotheosis for like this entire dungeon, which is not a good way to play, but that's how easy it is with the tier set bonus now. And the rest of the fight goes on, and we get to the end, and we're done. That's about it. So our damage overall, it's going to be a little inflated, of course. I understand that, but we did 74k overall at 475 item level without an Augvoker. So that is an incredible amount of damage to be doing as a Holy Priest, in my mind. Let's go to 3950. We'll get to the overall numbers here. We pop it open in a second. So, again, I'm really sorry that the, I don't know why Twitch is, it's brutal. Anyway, there's our damage overall. You can see Holy Fire, Burning Vehemence, Holy Nova, and their Smite there all being at the highest one. Our Divine Image is giving us some help as well. Extinction Blast is my Iridol staff that I have, and then Chastise there as well. So Smite damage, in my mind, actually went way up. Now, again, it's inflated because of the two bosses. There's two bosses that take more damage, so take that with a grain of salt. But really, you're looking at the Holy Fire damage and the Burning Vehemence and the Holy Nova damage. That was not inflated at all because we were doing that mostly on the AoE packs, and you saw my AoE damage. It is really incredible. So the damage from Holy Priest, I think, is really, really good. The buffs that have come in, buffing our single target healing and our single target damage is really great. I think that's awesome. I do not think we need an AoE damage buff at all, but the single target damage has come up a little bit, and the healing is really good as well. So if you have not played Holy Priest since the 10.2.5 patch, you really should get on it. It is absolutely crazy. And again, playing around this tier set bonus is critical. Make sure that you're casting Renew every time you have to move somewhere. Just use a Renew so that your next Sanctify, your next Sanctify is always going to add a Renew anyway. But if you can get a free one, it's really huge. It ends up really pumping out a lot of extra healing for you. You just get, it's so easy to have those free holy words going off all the time. There's one right there. You can see I can just drop a Sanctify and I get my charge back. So that's it, guys. That's what Holy Priest is doing right now. I think it's very strong. If you're if you don't want to play Disc Priest like me, if you're bad at Disc Priest like me, then just jump on Holy Priest instead and have a blast with it. It is really, really strong. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you so much again for watching. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.